All right, class, here we are with our last set of videos for the semester. Oh, I'm getting all emotional. All right, so we're going to do the Inca this week. I apologize again for kind of having to rush it and not being able to get into the much depth as I wish I could. So with that said, let's get into the PowerPoint here. So Inca formation and expansion. So what is the political climate like that led to their ability to take hold and grow into an empire? If we start the late intermediate period, Tiwanaku, who we covered last time, is in decline, and Wari, who we weren't able to cover, but we're kind of a coeval state, and not exactly overlapping, but a coeval state with Tiwanaku, they're also in decline. So you kind of have all of these what we call pure polities. So, states, kingdoms of equal kind of power. And it's in that environment that the Inca are able to rise and take control of everything. Something, if we want to consider the ancient Maya sites, pure polities, no one was able to ever run the whole thing. So interesting. All right. So when the Spanish arrive in 1532, they encounter an empire. This stretches over 5,000 kilometers, includes modern borders of Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, North Ecuador, and into Colombia, longer than the distance from Maine to California. Impressive. Between 12 and 14 million people in that range, and this empire grew really quickly. So 132 years. And it was at its peak. So it's ruled by a relatively small ethnic group. Those are the Inca. Their capital is Cusco, and they're controlling the whole thing. One of the terms I'm going to ask you to know is Tawantinsuyu, and that's the name of the empire. It literally translates to land of the four corners. Just a side note, I don't know if you will confuse this or if it'll even occur to you, but if you remember, we talked about the Quiche Maya, which is different than Quechua speakers down in the Inca land. So you have Quiche and Quechua down here. All right, so there you see the Inca Empire, and you'll notice on the map of the right, maybe the keel's on here. I think I'm going to show you that map again. The different colors are corresponding to different Inca rulers, and I'll explain why they have particular lands attributed to them in a video down the line. Probably if you know anything or just a bit about the Inca, one of the things they're really known for is this expansive, extensive road system throughout the empire. And this is one of the things I think that really helped them, that they were able to link the kind of far corners of the empire to the capital. And they had, it's not just the road, but they had a system in place. So there would be sort of stops, and they would have messenger runners. I'll talk about these when we talk about quipus, who would have a message, and they would take it to a stop, hand the message over, and another runner would take it to the next stop. And it's a whole system. Very, very cool. Some more of the roads going through some of the environment there. So how do we understand anything about the Inca besides the archaeology? We have 6 accounts dating to that time period. 4 of them are by soldiers. So you have De Avila's account in 1608, De Ayala in 1615, and then De Bataños as a Spaniard who married an Inca princess, who's known for his as a good translator, but in addition to sort of having everything through that colonial Spanish lens of the 15 and 1600s, his view might be skewed because of the kind of angle that he was presented Inca society by being married to royalty, is what I'm saying. What the Inca said about their own origins. I'm not going to lecture these next two slides. It's about different origin myths that they have. I keep them in the PowerPoint because I think they're really cool to read. This first one, go over it. You're going to see some interesting kind of echoes to the Aztec origin story. I think it's probably coincidental, but you know, just this idea of, you know, being on a journey and having signs where you should stop. I wonder what that is about. You know, I don't know if we call it a New World psyche or even a human, you know, kind of thing. I'm not sure. So yeah, you'll get to learn about Pacaritambo and an important huaca to the Inca on the second slide there. All right, that's it for this first intro video into the Inca. I'll see you in the next one.